Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. Well, we've got the chairman of the EFCC, Mr. Brian Mago. He joins us this morning from Abuja. Good morning, and thank you for joining us today. Quite a number of issues to focus on, but the recent or the latest activity or partnership or cooperation we see, it's the one that the Commission has got with, do I say, a listing or partnering with women in the fight against corruption. What informs that decision?
Thank you, Chamberlain. You are doing a good work. In the realization of the enormity of the task ahead in fighting corruption, you agree with me that, everybody is a stakeholder in this business. And we cannot claim the monopoly of the knowledge, and we can't be everywhere. So that's why we are trying to generate a common consensus among Nigerians that we should all put hands together and fight corruption so that we kill corruption and we have a better Nigeria to live. And then I thought of mobilizing the women in the first place because they nurture us, they correct everybody at home, they are the mothers of the house, the wife, the sisters, etc., etc. I say, if we can carry them along, if we can bring them into focus, and it will go a long way to assist in fighting corruption. Because, as you know, corruption is a crime against humanity. It affects everybody. So that's informed this project of tomorrow, and the flag off is going to be done by the wife of the president, Haja Aisha Buhari. Is at the International Conference Center tomorrow morning. Please, I appeal to every Nigerians, not only women, but women in particular, to please come and join us so that we can start a project that will determine the future of this country.
Well, it's a very, because Mapo was suggesting that could it be because women are least corrupt, and we're going to pick an issue with that, but you say you're appealing to all Nigerians to support this, but is this a change of strategy by the Commission? Are you appealing more to families now to start from there and then move onwards?
Exactly. It's a strategy. It's the preventive. We are now emphasizing the preventive aspect so that some Nigerians don't seem to realize that corruption is even wrong. So there is a need for us to educate people, to enlighten people, and one way sort of doing this is our the women, because they can reach out. Their reach out is much far. So I think that's why we are doing that.
Let me comment here, because for many they still think that it would have been better if you had said, well, you are incorporating the entire Nigerian populace into all of this. I said this because now when we're talking about going by what you just said, that some Nigerians don't think some acts are corrupt acts. You look at, for instance, very many societies, how some people have been given titles, even though you really can't put a finger on their source of income or source of living. Don't you think that that kind of campaign should also incorporate the traditional institutions, traditional rulers, the people, everyone, even in our schools, instead of talking about women? I'm trying to get your point about bringing women into this fight specifically.
No, Suleiman, you remember we had some 2-3 months ago, we mobilized children, school children, into this. We had an occasion in that the Eagle Square where brought in children, school children, and mobilized them into fighting corruption. So these things are in stages. We will come to you as well. There is the day we will mobilize journalists and broadcasters, etc., to also come. It's a strategy in working. So we want to take one thing at a time.
Fight really going, because for so many, they still would love to hear from you. You have been so busy to the extent that Well, we were actually waiting for you before now to get into the studio earlier than now, but your busy schedule. But good thing that you're here. Tell us, looking at giving us an assessment of the fight so that people can better appreciate and know how they can help the Commission in the fight against corruption.
Well, I think it's doing well. It's not in my destiny to begin to assess myself and the Commission. But what we are saying is that we need the support of every Nigerian. We need the support of everybody to fight. So far, so good. I think we have done very well. And I don't want to attribute whatever success we have to only those of us in the EFCC. I think you have your own beat. Everybody has contributed. I must acknowledge that. But what I am saying is that the support is not sufficient. I mean, we need more support for us to make a significant within the shortest time. Because this has to do with the future of this country, so that our children and the future generation will have a better Nigeria than this. You agree with me that corruption is the biggest of all the crimes. It's the mother of all the crimes. It's just terrible. So if you can address the issue of corruption, it will take care of all other crimes. The Boko Haram, the militancy activities, all the root cause of those things are the corruption. Even the economic recession is caused by corruption. So let's us face it headlong. I want to appeal to every Nigerian, please join us. This is about us. This is about Nigeria. It's not personal at all. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what religion you belong to, but we have to get rid of these things in this country.
And is corruption still fighting back? Because once we heard you talk about corruption fighting back, and that was some cause of worry for many Nigerians. Is it still fighting back?
No, of course, of course, even now they are fighting back, seriously. But if you, Suleiman, you keep thinking of corruption fighting back, it will deter you, it will slow you down from doing the right thing. Let us continue to do the right thing, and you damn the consequences.
Well, you've justified or you've clarified why it is that you're starting with women. You have refused to say whether or not that theory that women are least corrupt is...
No,
he answered it.
No, I haven't heard the clarification because I'm putting that theory forward.
Honestly, honestly.
Are they least...
honestly,
they're less corrupt than men?
In cases we recorded. Yeah, of course. There is no doubt about that.
Thank you for that confirmation, because I was telling them and they refused to, take my word for it. But hey, on the other hand, when you look at the strategy that you're adopting, aside this launch, I mean, I saw you go to schools to talk about the dangers and the evils of corruption to students and children. But aside that, is there an ongoing scheme? How do you intend to keep that message going? Because some people will say it takes more than a launch. Is there an actual program that people can participate in? Can they blow the whistle, for instance? What precisely is this launch going to involve?
No, the educating the women. And the launch is this is just at the national level. It will be watered down to the state level and at the local government level. The leadership, women leadership as various levels will also launch this crusade. So it's an ongoing, and we'll come out with a lot of strategies involving the people. So you are also in this. I mean, everybody is in this. If there is a particular strategy that we can use that can help to reach out, please don't hesitate to inform us.
Partner with what organizations? Because I imagine that the job of the EFCC is quite enormous. Even right now, the number of cases that you have on your hands, the fact, the scope of the work that you do, can it also include crusade? Do you really have the manpower for that?
The thing is that even at the international level, the best practice demand that we put in about 60% of the effort in preventive measures. We need to educate people the evils of corruption. So that is an aspect. That is also job of the EFCC. I think it's easier if we can educate people, if we can appeal to people to eschew corruption. It's not always that we arrest people and prosecute them. So this is the preventive aspect. It's very necessary.
I understand that. What I'm saying is that looking at the scope of work that the EFCC has got to do, I would imagine that, you know, they most likely will not be able to, they will not have the personnel to be able to sustain such a crusade. Are there organizations of government that you're partnering with? For instance, the NOA, is that somewhere you're looking at?
Yeah, we have a planning committee in place for even this project. All the agencies, the NOA, the NTA, the BOA, Radio Nigeria, NTA, etc., they are all properly represented. Yeah, so we have a large planning committee we work on. So we take along everybody. We know that it cannot be done alone. So they are part and parcel of us. We are working with them.
Well, looking at the actual fight, I mean, you like it or no, yes, this particular plan to, you know, visit the preventive aspect of corruption is very laudable. But when you look at the actual fight, some people have taken issue with how that battle has gone. Yes, you've said it's not personal, but some people say that the plan of the EFCC, from what they can see, is fighting corrupt persons, not corruption. How do you respond to that?
What I'm saying now with this campaign, it's very clear. It's not fighting corrupt persons. We are fighting corruption. The preventive aspect, we don't, even people who don't know, we try to bring them into the platform. So we are doing everything. Like you said, we have a very limited resources. We have the work is so overwhelming. So that is why we can see how it can be reduced. Let's everybody join us, support us. Let's all of us put hand on decks and fight together.
Okay,
so everybody has a role to play. It's not us alone. That is the emphasis now.
So now that this program is going to be launched, what do you expect? Are the women, other than just trying to talk to the families and dissuade them and let them know about the ills of corruption, are they also expected to blow the whistle?
Yeah, Chamberlain, yes, exactly. Like say, if you go back home, I don't know whether you have one at home, if you are doing something unusual, if you are bringing in some few things, or you are living above your means, I expect madam to start asking you, well, darling, where did you get this and that? So that is where I start.
Okay, well, I don't have any corrupt proceeds in the house, but we'll come back to this in just a moment after we return from the break. Do join us again.